Good morning, everyone. This is the Sunday, I'm not sure, the Sunday 13th or 14th of December. I think it's the 13th. The reason I'm telling you that, the reason it's important is because I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get this video out. I've got a little bit of a backlog. I've got a couple of videos ready to go out first. But on the 14th of December, the 14th was the deadline for having your chickens undercover away from wild birds. So we've set aside a portion of today, my wife and I, to sort ours out. So we're going to move our chickens, the ones that we keep in the trailer. I'm not going to film all that. I've shared that with you a couple of times. But we're going to move our chickens that we keep in the trailer, and then we're going to net those areas. Now, I want to share this with you. Now, I understand that this information is a little bit late to you guys who are looking to sort this out before the 14th. But if you've got hens and you're not sure what to do and you're looking to increase their area, these nets, my wife found them, I think, on Amazon, and they're 4 meters by 10 meters, and they were only £12. So if you've got a small set of hens and you're having to keep them in a really small space and you're not sure what you can do about it for the foreseeable future, because we don't know how long this is going to last. So we've obviously had human lockdown this year. And if you've been following my channel, you'll know that I've had bee lockdown. Well, now we're in chicken lockdown. So these nets, 4 meters by 12 meters. I don't know what they are. My wife got them. Just called 4 meter by 10 meter anti-bird nets with garden pegs. So they've got the pegs included. You can see there. So we're going to go and net our hens now. So just got my phone out to start filming as my wife started talking, and she got the first half a syllable out and shut up and cowered away. Unintentional. So this is a lot earlier than I'm normally out and about. As you know, probably if you've watched my previous videos, I'm not a morning person, but we've got up super early so that last night we shut the hens in. Shall I go get the tow bar, love?
I'm more afraid this isn't going to start. That's going to be our first.
My wife's got concerns the tractor might not start. It's been a bit temperamental lately. We don't have any proper inside space to keep it in. Shall I go get the tow bar, love? Let you have a look at that. Yeah. So this is a bit earlier than I would normally be out and about, especially lately. I've been getting up really late. Unless I've had somewhere to be, I've been in bed till probably 10, 11 o'clock. I was in bed till 11:30 yesterday. Which, I think I've just been using my concussion as a bit of an excuse, really, to slip. But anyway, here we are. So I'm going to go and get the tow bar, which I bought recently, which should go on the back of the tractor, and it should make the job a lot easier. Some coffee grinds there that I collect from a local coffee shop for our compost. As you know, we're always looking at ways to get things for free, and that includes, animal feed, but also compost. So we can make even more compost if we bring in more than we produce here, more compostable things. My wife's struggling to start the tractor. This could be an absolute nightmare. So it's also raining a little, drizzling, be a more accurate term. And my wife and I, before we left the house, we said to each other, I love you very, very much. And when I get back in the house, I love you very, very much. And whatever happens out there stays out there, because falling out might be a too strong way of putting it, but there's a high probability we'll both get a bit grumpy during this process, just because it's not the funnest thing we'll do all week. Isn't that right, love?
Exactly right.
Exactly right, she said. Tractor won't start. So that's brilliant, obviously. So I can bring my car in here. So this is going to create more problems because this ground is very, very wet. So we've got, who knows how we're going to achieve our goals now as it stands. So we could probably move this one by hand. I've also forgotten the drill to take the legs off, so we'll have to go back and get that. I'm a little bit concerned if I do tow it with my car that I'm going to churn up this ground, but we can try and see how we get on.
Come onto this nice, there is one strip of nice.
Yeah, okay.
For that one, and move this one as much as we can. We can push that one enough to get onto the knife.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's start up here. Oh, but once we've done that and put the fence around, I won't be able to get the car in anyway.
Let's move this one out of the way.
Well, can I? Yeah, I could. Okay, I need to go and get the drill for this one.
Move this one as far as we can, pushing it.
Yep.
And then we'll be able to get into that one.
So we've got to push it by hand is the decision we've made. And we've managed to turn it round, but the trouble is, obviously, it's not equally balanced. So Jackie was having to sort of lift it up as well as pull, and it was just too hard. And literally all we managed to do was just turn it round in this circle here before we gave up. So we've got our little trolley, and we've tied it to the trolley there to keep it off the ground. So Jackie's going to be able to pull the trolley while I push the back, and hopefully this is going to work better. The other issue is on the back here, it's mostly door, and I can't really push against that door with all my might, so I have to stand at the side. Ready when you are, love? So the trolley's doing a wheelie, which is fantastic. And now we're off. Wheel turning. So we've got a fair way to push it, so I'm going to put this away.
What if we turn it?
I think we're going to end up pivoting on that wheel. I'll just bring my truck in, and we'll you want to try turning it? Okay. So we've come about a third of the way that we wanted to move it. Came around that corner there to here, and we're stuck in a divot. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3. No, it got deeper. So I think we're going to bring my truck in. My car, it's 4-wheel drive. It'll pull it. The reason I didn't want to, you can see what just us pulling it by hand is doing on this ground, but we're going to have to sacrifice some of the ground. So I managed to get in, managed to bring the car in, and so far haven't damaged any grass. So, oh my God, it would be amazing if we got this done and the grass, I say I haven't damaged any, just in this last bit here. It's gone a bit muddy, but so we've got it tied up to the trailer, and Jackie's going to just basically just hold the trailer level so that I don't end up dragging the back, and I'm going to move forward very, very slowly, and I'm just going to keep going, love, until we're where we want to be. Does that sound right? And where we want to be is the other end of the paddock, right down there near those trees. So far so good. We've opened up the boot so that I can hear my wife scream, and originally she was holding on to the tow hitch of the trailer, but we thought it might be safer for her to be around the back of the trailer so that I can't kill her by pulling the trailer over her, and that's what we're doing. So we're almost where we're headed now, and then we'll get out and inspect the ground. Got away with it, didn't we? Did you see any mud as you were pulling? Sorry, love? Oh God, if we can get away without mudding up any. You'll get fed in a sec, girls. We might do you while we're here. That's it then, we're good, yeah? I say we're good, we've still got a ton of work to do. We've got to now set them all up again, and obviously, can you push down any more, love? Okay, let go. Still got to set up all the electric fencing, the netting, feeders, the fencer, and then do the second one. So I'm just quickly going to go and feed the pigs because they're hassling us for breakfast, while Jackie gets some of the equipment that we need to set up this first lot of chickens. I know I said at the start of this video that I probably wasn't going to share the actual moving today because I've shown you it 100 times, but obviously we're not doing it the usual way. Hello, love. Now, definitely in two tribes now. This pig here is isolated. Not isolated, they all mix, but she tends to keep herself to herself, and these three are always together, which is just a lucky accident really, because that's the way it'll be shortly. Look, they destroyed all that pumpkin from yesterday. Not a scrap of orange left, which is good. That's what we want to see, girls. So I might give them a little bit of everything today. A little bit of veg, a little bit of bread, and a little bit of pumpkin. The bins full of veg are the only thing that I can't actually lift really, insofar as feeding the pigs, because if I was at full fitness I would just tip this whole bin in. This would be their feed today, but instead, and I know they haven't had veg for a couple of days apart from those pumpkins, so I'm trying to give them a bit of a mix. I'm going to give them a bit of the veg, and then some of the bread, and then a few pumpkins. And the bread is always what they want most. I say always, almost always. And then I'll throw in 5 or 6 pumpkins. Oops. Pumpkin landed on a pig. She didn't mind. There you go. I'll keep those girls happy now so that we can carry on doing what we're doing without them being right up against the fence next to us, screaming for breakfast. If you came to visit us and you came to visit our pigs, unless it was within an hour of them being fed, you would assume that we were absolutely starving them. They're just so vocal about saying I'm hungry, even when they can't possibly be hungry. That's pigs, I suppose. Oh look, some turkey tail mushrooms. I'll come back and harvest these because these make a great tea. A tea I love to drink. So there's quite a lot there on that log. Look, they grow on dead wood. I've done a video on them, I think. Turkey tail mushrooms. They're a polypore. Loads and loads of tiny white pores underneath. So I've just come back to the house to grab a new battery for my drill. My wife is in the process of setting up the electric fence. We've done half the bird netting and it's gone okay, it's gone well. And my wife and I have been particularly patient with one another this morning. And so far we're feeling nothing but love, which is nice. Not that there's ever any doubt about that, but sometimes, you know, you will all know yourselves when you're doing something with someone close to you and it's a stressful job, it can elevate the tension and cause you to be a little bit grumpy, particularly me at the moment. I'm still acting a little grumpier than I usually would, I think. Oats have been fed, look. It's going to be a really quite a full-on morning getting all this done, but once it's done, the other thing is, at this time of year, whenever we do anything out here, we're always stressing about the ground as well, because we're on such heavy clay. It doesn't take much rain for it to become boggy and waterlogged, and once you start doing things on that, like driving vehicles, it doesn't take very long for that to turn into mud. So as you can see here, the bird netting, we've pegged the bottom of it down where it's going, and I'm going to attach the top now and then see how we go. We'll have a bit of adjustment. The hardest thing really, I think, is knowing that to keep the birds moving onto fresh ground is just going to be so much work, and you know, that's something that's really quite hard to face, but there you go. So there we go, that's our netting. We've done 2/3 of this one, and my wife's heart is broken because you can see the difference between the space they're going to have and the space they had before. You can see the electric fence netting that goes all around the outside of their runs, and they're going to be confined to this space, but it's still better than the environment most of them had before. A lot of them are ex-battery hens, so it's considerably better than that, and it is humane. It's far more cramped than either of us would like, ideally, and will work on a better solution in the coming weeks, but at least this, you know, this keeps us compliant, and it means we don't have to cull them, because those are the options that we have right now based on our financial position, what's available for us to do, and what the law states. We've got 2 options. This is option A, and option B is to cull all the girls. So this is certainly in their interest, and they're going to have all this lovely grass, and we'll come and move them as often as we can. And yeah, they're still going to have a lovely life, but it's just not quite as lovely as they've come accustomed to, maybe. Out they come. They will definitely enjoy this new grass for a day or two. They're going to get through it pretty quick though. So there we go, they're all out, and you know, as you can see, it's nowhere near the amount of space that we'd like them to have. My wife's really quite upset about it, but it's the best we could do. Pigs have come to say hello. They've got good company here because they've got the pigs just there, and this side they've got the goats. So one down, one to go. So we're up at the second trailer, and we've made an executive decision to basically, we're not going to move this one. We're going to keep it where it is because three or four reasons. Firstly, it's a bigger trailer. We are not going to be able to physically turn this round to hitch it onto the car because of where we've left it. It's a lack of forward planning on my part. Because we've got all these fruit trees planted here, I'm not going to be able to hitch the car up and turn it round. I'd have to take it out through that gate. Once I get it out through that gate, I'd have to take it all the way down onto the road to turn it around and bring it back again, because it's not going to fit down the alley between the trees there. And the second thing is there's a problem with this axle. This wheel is all bent over, and I don't want to risk getting stuck with this a long way away. So for now, until we've got better weather, till we've got the tractor running again so that we can hitch that up, we're going to just put them where they are. They have got still a bit of grass here, you know, they haven't gone through it yet, and hopefully we'll have them moved before they've turned it all to mud. So that's the decision we've made. We were talking about, because the laying boxes are here, we were talking about putting the netting down through here. Jackie, this is their door though, isn't it? So how's that going to work? We need to come up with a plan of how we're going to net this one. It's not quite as straightforward as the last trailer. This was the first one I built, and it's not as well designed as the second one. So we had to do a weird kind of adjustment on this side so we could still get access to the laying boxes. So we've had to drop the net down just inside their door there so that they can get out into this bit. And again, they've got access to the outside. And just like before, it's not perfect. It's not as much space as we'd like to give them. And we will be working over the coming weeks to try and improve it. I think we can get some more of this netting. I'm really happy with this netting. It's really good. And maybe get some... The trouble is, everything I'm thinking about increasing this space involves some kind of not really portable structure. So putting some drive-in posts through here to extend the net out and on again, great. These are all great things we can do. But once we've done that, you know, it's not something you can move every 2 or 3 weeks. So before long, the ground they're on is going to turn to mud if we do anything like that. But these are all decisions for the future. For now, we have been focused on getting compliant and, you know, getting compliant and getting the girls out of their runs today. So there we go. So we've got one more set of net. We're going to quickly go and do the ones in Poultry Paradise, but that's going to be really simple. We're just doing a bit outside the door of their house, and then another net over the top of the ones in the wood. And again, that's super simple because they've got Harris fencing all the way around. So it's just a case of straight over the top and use some ties to just tie it on. So that's going to wrap it up for today. I think we've been out here for... How long have we been out here, love? 3 hours. 3 hours. And we've done what we can get done. So there you go. I'll speak to you guys soon. Cheers.